Planet Dolan. From classroom switcheroo pranks to writing sexy gay fanfic, the Planet Dolan crew reenacts some of the best true stories from our subreddit about things we got caught doing at school. I'm Danger Dolan, today I'll be your narrator. Number 8 was submitted by Big Dog 1. One time, Kyle got caught putting signs on the doors of classrooms saying that the principal wanted teachers to take all their classes to the main hall. He even copied the principal's signature from a letter he had, and he got caught when a snitch told the teacher what had happened. His punishment was isolation, which is when you sit in a little cubicle doing math and English exercises all day. The only time you get up is when they let you go to the toilet twice a day. He was in isolation for 3 days. Number 7 was submitted by Huskythecoolkiller. Pandora once got caught drawing real creepy and disturbing things at school, like blood, guts, weapons, and gruesome quotes. Some kid secretly went through a drawing book and found her pictures and screamed. He was so terrified and ran to the teacher to show her the drawings, and she also screamed. The counselor was immediately sent in to talk to Pandora, and all the adults looked at her like she was a psycho. They kept a close eye on her after that. Number 6 was submitted by a Lady of the Darkness. In German class, Slapped Ham once confused the words Käse, which means cheese, and Kaiser, which means emperor. He thought it was funny, so he merged them and invented Kaiser Käse, the cheese emperor, and drew him on the back of an exercise sheet. His teacher, who was super strict, called his friend Animations to the desk, but she hadn't done the exercises, so Slapped Ham quickly gave her his answers. After a while, he could see the teacher looking closely at the sheet, and he thought they were busted for cheating, but nothing happened. When Animations came back to her desk, she whispered to him, "The teacher saw the cheese emperor." He'd totally forgotten about that and yelled, "No!" And she nodded solemnly. Number 5 was submitted by GoTurbo. During high school, Pringle's friends thought it'd be funny to throw a balloon full of bacon flour at him for a birthday present. He ended up getting so much flour in his eyes that he couldn't even see. After several minutes, he heard a girl scream and then felt a hard slap against his cheek. When everything came into focus, he saw the girl he had a huge crush on looking very angry. He asked his friends why she slapped him, and they said while he was looking for something to clean his eyes, he accidentally grabbed and squeezed her boobs. He was suspended for indecent behavior. Number 4 was submitted by NBreezii. When Hellbent was in 5th grade, there was a person who would always take shits in the urinals, and that person was Hellbent. He always went in the middle of classes when nobody went to the bathroom during those times, since they usually had scheduled bathroom breaks. But one day the principal had to use the bathroom and he caught Hellbent mid-shit in the urinal. Surprisingly, he didn't get any punishment. The principal just told him if he did it again, he'd get suspended. Number 3 was submitted by Sicario Brasco 274. When he was in 1st grade, Tolop decided for some reason that it'd be a great idea to moon his teacher just before the bell rang to go home for the day. While his teacher was writing math exercises on the whiteboard, Tolop got on a chair and undid his belt. The teacher turned around and caught Tolop pulling his pants down and immediately gave him after-school detention. The next day, Tolop's parents were called in for a meeting with the teacher and told to raise him better. Number 2 was submitted by SiriusGreenDragon. Emoji used to write a lot of fanfic in high school. She always had a notebook and pen and was always jotting things down. One day, she was sitting in Catholic studies writing hot anime boy-on-boy action, as you do, for pretty much the whole class. That year, her teacher put on her report card that she had really good homework habits because she was always working on something. Emoji's mum read the report and said, "Wait, good homework habits? You?" That's when Emoji realized she got marked up for good homework habits because she was writing gay porn in class. Number 1 was submitted by me. What's the thing I got caught doing at school? Well, me and my friends used to breaking into classrooms that were closed off randomly. We would pick the locks and just go in and just start moving shit around like we were just giant cunts. One day, as I was wandering around the classroom, I heard the doorknob start to shake and I was like, "Oh shit! Oh no!" So my friends just ran out of the room through the back entrance. But I decided randomly, because I'd been playing a lot of Metal Gear Solid, to just hide behind stuff as the teacher was looking around. So I crouched down and started just tunneling behind objects as she was looking around the classroom trying to figure out who was there. I would just have my arms against little objects you know, looking around corners and stuff, being a real badass super spy. And eventually she gave up and walked out. And my friends were like, oh shit, that was really cool. And then the next time, as we were breaking into a classroom, there was someone already in there, and my friends ran off, and I was standing there at the unlocked door looking like an idiot. I ran off, but the teacher was like, I know it's you. And so I was like, I got caught. Okay. Huge thanks to folks over at Planet Dolan subreddit for submitting their stories. We have another question for you. What's the worst way you've been romantically rejected? Let us know on the Reddit page linked below, and you might be featured in a future countdown. That's it for this video, and have a good one!
One day, Pandora saw her teacher at a science fair with his wife. She was so pissed off about having to do all this extra work that she went up to his wife and asked if she was the woman he was on the phone with all the time during class. That was the first time Pandora saw a woman punch a guy in the dick.